mean, that's a good thought right there. If he's got a hell of a triangle, we know that.
I'm looking forward to this fight more than I am the Bisping Rockhold. Just for the simple fact is it's a career defining for fucking Shogun, man. A guy that we've been in his corner. You know, the only time we really haven't been in Shogun's corner was when he went against Machida. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's fucking Shogun, man. Back for Pride. One of the final Pride guys that are still around. Besides him and Bendo, who are you looking at, fucker, in the UFC? You know, it's like, this is the last of the last, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Let's do it. Let's fucking turn back the hands of time. Let's fucking dodge father time a little bit longer, and let's fucking do this one more time.
Yeah, one more time and fucking call it, because I think there's too much good competition in there. I mean, in terms of a title shot, fuck no, man. Don't even worry about it, or don't even consider it. Go to middleweight.
But I'm just talking about in his
mind. He'll get embarrassed there too, but
yeah, in his mind, if he beats an OSP, he's gonna. I don't see him. I just see. He'll get that fire that, like, maybe there's a shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. And I think one thing, to put a capper on it, Shogun. Shit, I completely lost what I was thinking, but all right, I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, a lot of people, unless you're a diehard, I'm not saying I am, but diehard Shogun fans know this. Dan, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of guys will be like, well, he's only 32 years old, man. He's not really looking towards retirement here, so maybe he does have a title shot run. You know what? Maybe he does have a title shot run, but the chances of that being true are kind of very, very slim, because people talking about it in terms of him and the conversation of retirement. You got to think back to, he was in a league fighting probably worse before Pride, but getting into Pride, they had soccer kicks, head stomps. I mean, they had shit that could maim you. I mean, literally. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a much nastier sport when he was in Pride. Talking about going back to, how far did they go back? He was probably early 2000s, right? I mean, close to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, they had some sick rules all the way up till UFC bought them. You know what I mean? So, because over there, it's totally different, man. That's why ONE FC is made a stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talked about bringing the fucking yellow card back and then stop them where they're at and restart them. Shit. So.
Right, but I mean, him, as on a retirement, it's more likely for him to retire at his age than it is for like a Ryan Bader or something like that. It's two totally different careers. Totally different careers. You're talking about a guy fighting in like a blood sport versus then a guy fighting in really hard wrestling with striking going on. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. So, I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there for people that might be thinking, well, he's not going to retire. He's 32 years old. Well, you know what, though? He's been in some war-torn battles, man, that are not career-ending, but career-shortening. Let's put it that way. But
yeah, and man, you know what? It's to stay in there with a Bones Jones, to stay in there with Dan Henderson, go, just a war.
Go the distance like that, yeah. And look the way he did at the end of that fight. He looked dead, man.
Yeah, and then Alexander Gustafsson. It's
same deal, decision, yeah, same deal.
That not only gives you warrior status, but the downside is it's going to take off of your fighting career. Actually, this is a 32-year-old in fight years. He'd be a 42-year-old. The human body is just not made to take that kind of punishment.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
And like I said before, he's got all the heart in the world, and he's warrior status, but. In this situation, if it wasn't for your name, a lot of these guys, it might be cutsies, man. Really, it's like You're gonna lose 2, win 1, lose 2. You know.
Yeah, because he's such
You
a
know.
giant name in Brazil. I mean, that's
So if you're just gonna look at your win loss yourself and say, hey man, it's just the sport's kind of passed me by. I've been through the wars. My body can't do it anymore. And then in front of your home crowd, maybe you can, if he loses, says, hey man, thank you. I love you all. You know, it's been great. I've done it for you guys. Bam. But I gotta go.
I don't think it would be a bad idea, man. I mean, not saying that I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it's a bad idea because right now, like I said, man, the competition is just way too stacked. It's not at all in his favor, being in the the wars he's been in. You know what I mean? It's just career ending. You know what I mean? Or career shortening, like I said, man. But I don't want to drag this out too long. But I mean, I think the record speaks for itself. He's been in with a lot of shitload of great talent. You know what I mean? His like I said, he was in World Valet Tudo, which was probably even worse than Pride rules and shit like that.
It was. It was. That was street fighting in a ring.
Right, and there was no gloves, right? I mean, it was like
No,
taped
there
up
was no
hands.
gloves at all, bro. There
Yeah, that
was
was taped
no
up hands.
gloves.
That shit was worse,
Yeah.
and he was in that before Pride. So I mean,
Mark
he's
Kerr.
already, yeah, the very beginnings of 2000. It looks like 2003 is when he got into Pride. So, and then he was in there from all the way till late 2007. He came over to, and that's a lot of years for those kind of fights, man. It doesn't seem like much. Oh, it was only 4 years. Well, look what he did before he went there, and look what he did while he was there, man. Those are head stomping, kick you in the face while you're down. Those are nasty fights, man. But anyway, man, we've run up one side and down the other side,
Oh
and
yeah.
but
Until next time, people.
all right, man, steadfast.
Got beer.